We've all heard that everything that you want is right outside your comfort zone. But how do you know that the discomfort that you're feeling is from expanding past what you're comfortable with versus when you are twisting yourself into something that is inauthentic to you? You know, as a heart-centered solopreneur, my energy is really important. And I assume that since you're watching this, your energy is important to you as well. And one of the things that we need to really ensure we are monitoring is how we are feeling during certain activities. And there's going to be discomfort when you are expanding. We all know that, growth pains, right? But there's discomfort when you are doing something new that it feels awkward, you feel maybe nervous or a little scared. But there's also discomfort when you're doing something that is misaligned. And being able to understand the subtle differences of that is really important when you're building your business and when you're growing your business. And one of the things I want to talk about today is making sure that you understand the difference in your body, in your energy, in your intuition when you are doing activities, so that you can decide for, hey, is this discomfort good for me? Or is this where I need to maybe recalibrate and reconsider the activity? And so let's talk about the stretching past your comfort zone and making sure it's aligned to you. So making these YouTube videos is very uncomfortable for me. I have no problem talking to people. I have no problem teaching. You know, I've taught classes, I've taught workshops, I've taught in university. I have spoken from stage, leadership conferences, those kind of things. That doesn't bother me at all. But when there's a camera and record, you know, it's there forever. And as I grow, and my mindsets may change, or you know, I have that fear of, you know, being visible, and this is, I can't control who sees this, right? At workshops or in, you know, courses that I teach or I've taught, I know who's coming in. I know who's going to be hearing what I'm saying and being impacted by it. And so there is some visibility concerns that I have worked through, and I practice videos all the time. So the videos that are up on my channel or will be coming up on my channel, those are typically not the first round. And then before I even started feeling comfortable with putting videos on YouTube for my channel, I practiced for months just getting comfortable with being on camera. And I knew these were going to be quote unquote throwaway videos, right? But I wanted to inch into this new expanded version of myself so that I can bring my vision to life. You know, I want to expand my business. I want to expand my impact. And I know that this is one of the ways that is really popular right now. And so the discomfort that I feel is because it's new. It's because I'm learning something new. It's because it's the expanded version of who I am, of who my business is, and who my business is becoming. But the information that I'm sharing is mine. The words that I'm using when I co-write with my AI tools, you know, I don't just say whatever they tell me to say. And one really good example of this is your CTAs are called actions. And all of the business advice is you want a very strong call to action or a CTA, and you want to use scarcity tactics. You want to use urgency, and you want people to feel that they have a limited time to have whatever the service is or have whatever the product is. You know, tickets are selling fast, or I only have 2 left. And while that tactic does work, there are also high pressure sales, and high pressure sales is very icky to me. It makes me very uncomfortable, but in a very different way. And I have been in high pressure sales positions before. I am also a realtor, And so a lot of the training that they give you in the very beginning when you go to a specific brokerage or whatever brokerage you join is the urgency of the matter. And I never liked that. And so therefore I don't use it. The ickiness that I feel when I use high pressure sales is how I know that is not in alignment to me. My mindset, my mentality, my way of offering the value that I provide, the service that I provide, the products that I provide, regardless if it's real estate or my consulting services or digital products, those kind of things. My mastermind that is coming out soon. You know, it's more about alignment. Is this the right timing for you? Is this the right service for you? Is this allowing you to help bring in whatever version of you, of your life that you are wanting to bring into reality, right? Does this fit for you now? And, you know, if quote unquote doors close at midnight and you haven't been able to either submit the money or figure out if this is right for you, it's not coming from an urgency of a pressure from me, and at least that's not my intention. You know, there's a difference between the high pressure sales and the results people feel from it, and when you just put a product out there and allow people to feel whether they are aligned and if it's the right step for them, the right next step for them, right? And my experience in my own personal life, as well as when other people come to me from other agents or other clients, is the sense of buyer's remorse, right? And the discomfort you feel after a huge purchase or a huge step, you know. And there's a difference that I have found when you step into a new chapter, a new level of abundance, a new level of your growth. There's going to be right after or soon after, there's going to be some type of feeling because you're recalibrating to that level. And so if you're buying a new home or you just landed a huge client for your business, there's the initial excitement typically, but then right after you may have the, oh my gosh, what did I do? How am I going to do this? But there's still some excitement in there, right? It may be overwhelming momentarily, but you're still appreciative. There's still a flicker of joy, right? And that type of discomfort is just natural when you level up. Buyer's remorse, in my experience and how others have explained their feelings for me, and I have categorized it as buyer's remorse, is that they felt pressure. They felt pressure to do something quicker than they really had wanted to do. They don't feel comfortable because they have so many unanswered questions that it's too late. Even if the answers come, you're locked into something, right? And they don't feel there's no part of it that feels good. It's more of a letdown. It's more of a disappointment, frustration. Oh my God, how can I get out of this feeling? And when you're feeling that buyer's remorse, that's because you did something that's not aligned to who you are, what you are, what your vision is. It may not be aligned to any of that. Or it just might not be the right time. You know, it can be for you, but just not in this moment, right? And that's still a misalignment. So making sure as a solopreneur, as a holistic entrepreneur, as a micropreneur, as somebody who's multi-passionate and wants to bring their special gift into the world to create that impact, your energy is paramount. Because if you're burning out because you're doing too many things that make you feel you're twisting yourself into somebody else that isn't aligned, you know, it's really important to monitor that so that you can recalibrate and reconsider, hey, are these actions something that is propelling me forward into something I want to be? Or is it something that I think I want because everybody else is saying this is what I need to do, right? And taking it back to being inauthentic, when I am co-creating or writing my content, I make sure that the wording is what I actually want to bring into this world, right? So, you know, going from the hard sales, the high pressure sales, into creating your own CTAs, call to actions, I understand that that makes me uncomfortable, and my clients do not respond to urgency. We do not respond to scarcity. We respond to abundance and alignment. And so I want to make sure that my messaging really conveys that. And if I was going to be in a situation where I am speaking, you know, public speaking at a conference or summit, or, you know, on YouTube here, you know, I want to make sure that the words that I'm using, the tactics I'm using, is something that makes me feel good, even if there's some awkwardness in it, even if there's some nervousness in it, right? Kind of think about the type of discomfort that you are feeling. You're inevitably going to feel some type of discomfort when you do something new, whether you're joining a new networking group, whether you are trying a new service that you haven't validated before, whether you are collaborating with a new partner that you haven't worked with before. You know, there's always going to be some level of discomfort, but really kind of dig into the layers of that discomfort. Do you feel any type of ickiness? If so, you need to reconsider. If this resonated at all for you, hit the subscribe button down below and click on the button so that you're notified when I upload a new video. If you are looking for more heart-centered entrepreneurship strategy, business systems, processes, workflow, information, mindset, those kind of things, so that you can actually grow your business and build your business the way that you actually want to do it in your own authenticity, make sure that you check out this next video.